Good morning, friends. I have tried to start recording this several times, and every time I try, the cards kept exploding. Like half of the deck would fly out of my hands. So, there's a lot I'm guessing that Spirit will have to say this morning, including I already had one flip over. I'm gonna retuck it and ask that Spirit calls it back out. What you got for us this morning? It's interesting. I didn't feel jittery this morning. I haven't had any caffeine or anything. But as soon as I got my cards in my hands this morning, I feel charged. So, haven't looked at the Schumann or what's happening yet, but I am guessing that there's something going on. I like it. We're starting out with the star in the reverse. Maybe this energy that I'm feeling is just your energy. Maybe it's just you having stepped into this star energy, the power that comes from within you, the divinely guided steps and energy that comes into your existence. The star being in the reverse as the first card is a really interesting way to start a reading. That's too many. I never read from the book, right? But this one feels important. So. Sink into the dreamlike inspiration of the star. She sends a message of divine timing and renewed hope, and she guides you to reach for the string of serendipity and faith. Your future is increasingly bright, and you are blessed by the universe. Your core purpose is beginning to bubble at the surface of your reality, and your path is intrinsically tied to your biggest missions and brightest opportunities for expansion. Interesting. Step onto a path of fulfillment and happiness with starlight to guide you. Allow your innate essence to shine through any residual darkness right now. Uncover any limiting beliefs or self-doubt that you are holding on to. Find the courage to voice any unexpressed emotions and release every bit of overgrown energy that is anchoring you to the past. It is time to release and ascend. As you let go, you will focus on the future, and you will find your biggest source of inspiration and love. The stars are aligning in your favor, and it's time to trust them. And then it's always got like a little mantra, and this one is, I expect miracles. So we know that that is what the star is, but for whatever reason, Spirit wanted me to read that to you this morning. Because you have begun to step into your power, and because you are allowing what is coming and making space for it. The biggest difference between now and before is the before version of you didn't have the capacity to let go of things that weren't serving you. You were holding so tightly to what you had that you couldn't even see that it was hurting you, that you couldn't see it was harming you. Interesting. Had a visual pop into my head of when researchers, why do I know this and why is it a thing I'm telling you? I don't know, but here we are. When researchers in the jungle would try to catch monkeys, the monkeys were always too smart for their traps or any of the things. And so they learned that if they put a jar with a small opening, big enough for the monkey to put their hand through like this, but not to pull back through, that they could capture the monkeys simply because they were trying to grasp at what they had caught. And so you spent so much time holding so tightly, that's too many, holding so tightly to what you had gotten that you couldn't see that it was what was trapping you. So don't hold yourself back. Let go of what is not serving you so that what is supposed to come to you has room and space to come. When our cup is full already, when our container is full already, and we're so focused on lack, and we're so focused on holding on to what we don't have, there is no space for the other. Okay, we had two pop. We got the Three of Swords in the reverse. It's interesting, they're all in the reverse. And the Three of Wands in the reverse. When you have, because you have begun stepping into your power and releasing what doesn't serve you and allowing in what is supposed to be coming to you, that has given you the ability to truly move beyond the heartbreaks in your life. Heartbreak comes in a lot of different ways, and some of them are harder to get over than others. Some of them are longer standing. Heartbreak can look like trauma. It can look like someone who simply disappointed you. It can be a caregiver that did not give you what you needed as you were growing up. There's a lot of different ways that heartbreak happens. And I think for a lot of us, we get stuck in that space where all we're thinking about is everything we've lost and how it wasn't and how it should have been better and all of that kind of shit. But that doesn't serve us. So moving out of that energy is part of why you have stepped into this star energy and can allow in what is coming to you. The Three of Wands is about looking forward, not looking back, not getting stuck on the past, not getting stuck on what has happened, what, like the shoulda, woulda, couldas. We're beyond the shoulda, woulda, couldas. You are now stepping into the show me how good it can get energy, and that's a really different place to be. Bottom of the deck is the Four of Swords. I'm really proud of you for taking care of you enough that you could make all of these changes. In the Four of Swords, this one today feels like you are cuddled up in this emotional nest that you have created for yourself. You protect your own heart, you protect yourself, and you have gotten way better at building your nest in a more appropriate place. That's very specific and going to mean something to someone. So continue to step into your power. Continue to allow all of the good that is coming to you and keep releasing. Healing is not a thing that's like one and done. We continue, we grow, there's new phases, new challenges, so keep growing. But know that you are protecting yourself in a way that you didn't used to have the capacity to, and that is only going to get better from here. There's a cat about to knock my phone over, so I guess we're done. But above all else, as per usual, be kind to my friend.